Toy Spot, we're having a look at the DC Direct Super Friends Batman and Scarecrow Deluxe Action Figure Set. Based on the classic animated TV show, we get the Cape Crusader and the Master of Fear, the Scarecrow. For added bonus, it looks like you also get yourself the Batplane. Warning, choke and hazard, small parts not for children under 3 years of age. This is for ages 8 and up. Not really sure why they would have to say for not under children 3 years of age, but for ages 8 and up. Why wouldn't you just say for not recommend for ages 8 and below? But I digress. On the side of the box, we have a picture of the Master of Fear, Scarecrow. On the flip end of the box, we just turn around, there is the Cape Crusader. And the back of the box. Set includes belt magnet ray for Scarecrow, a miniature Batplane. Each figure comes with a Super Friends base. The read-up says, Batman, the world's greatest detective, must battle his own fears if he is to stop the Scarecrow. Once caught in a cloud of the Scarecrow's own fear-inducing gas, the Cape Crusader's worst nightmares will become frighteningly real. Only Batman's quick thinking can outsmart this mastermind of terror. Be on the lookout. I was going to say be on the lookout, but technically these sets are no longer around. These sets were available in 2003, but the other sets you could have gotten were Superman and Lex Luthor, Wonder Woman and Cheetah, Green Lantern and Sinestro, Aquaman and Black Manta, and finally Robin and the Riddler. You can also be on the lookout for the Super Friends maquettes, Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Superman from DC Direct. Spot is going to take himself a break. I'm going to get this opened up. And when we come back, we're going to get a better look at not only Batman, but the Scarecrow. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. The miniature that's included with Batman and Scarecrow is the Batplane. Gotta admit, it looks pretty cool. Batplane really kind of shared the same design as the Batcopter, and then of course the Batmobile. With this blue, have the yellow in the front, and then the black on the wings. It's small, but once again, a really nice touch. You can remove it if you want from the display base. Comes with just a silver display base stand, and you've got just a free flying, if you want to use them as little small miniatures, but a freestanding, I guess, Batplane. Like the details. I really like the details on it. As simplistic as some of these miniatures may be, I'm glad that they included them. I don't think we ever got a Batmobile, like an actual small Batmobile. That would have been cool as well, but a nice display piece. Moving that out of the way, obviously also included with the Super Friends, you get the 2 Super Friends display stands with the 8 peg holes on the top there, 1 peg each, but the feet holes are only on the one side there, so Spot's only put the peg on the one side here, but you can pull out the peg and put it in any one of these spots. Nice Super Friends on the front, very retro. I love that. So you get one for Scarecrow, one for Batman. Moving those out of the way. And lastly, the other accessory that comes with this 2-pack is the belt magnet ray, which doesn't really have a lot of paint to it. In fact, it's only got really the one singular paint of the silver. But I mean, it's for what it is. It's you know, again, a very simplistic looking weapon for really a simplistic cartoon. You're not buying it because you're not buying necessarily this set because they have a really modern look to them. But I like the fact that you get like a little simplistic weapon. Batman, I would say it's a shame that he doesn't come with any accessories, but then again, his hands aren't open. They're completely closed shut. So giving us some weapon, even if it's ended up being for Scarecrow, is a nice touch. You know what? We'll look at Scarecrow last because I like him. Let's have a look at Batman. Batman is the classic blue and gray costume with the very familiar black top of his cowl. As with all the other Super Friends figures, they're very simplistic. Batman's a very simplistic looking figure. But in that is also his novelty. I just really like these figures. I like the Superman. The Lex Luthor was really, really cool. And I just think that they have a lot of personality. Batman maybe not as much personality as, let's say, the likes of Riddler or Lex Luthor, but I still think he's a neat looking piece. It's certainly to say that if you're going to have one of the Super Friends, you're probably going to want to get all of them and then have them on their stands, all on display. He's got a soft, pliable rubber cape. A little thicker of a cape than probably what we would see nowadays for capes. This is a little bit thicker and denser in material. But he's got very, classic gray colors, gray and the blue. And the choice of blue is a nice choice as well. It's very vibrant, very nice color. No real paint bleed either. A little bit right above the bat symbol, but something that could easily be livable with. I'm disappointed though, as I had already mentioned, I'm disappointed that his hands aren't open. Batman, if anything, of any of the characters, could have afforded a accessory, whether it be a Batarang or something, but he doesn't have it, and it's just a shame that he doesn't have open hands. Articulation on Batman, though, he does have a swivel in the head. The shoulders do go out. They do go forward and back. There's a bend at the elbow. No swivel or anything in the wrists or hands. Legs go forward, back, a bend at the knee, and once again, no articulation in the foot. So, Batman is what he is. He's not the nicest looking Super Friends of these two packs. Superman really was impressive. But again, like Riddler and Lex Luthor was all win for me. You know what? We'll just bring in his display base. I'm going to peg Batman onto it, just so he will stand properly. And there you have Batman. By the way, Batman, I'm going to give Batman a 7. For me, the real draw of this set is the Scarecrow. He really has such a real Filmation look to him. He's got like this, I don't know. He just has something about some interesting aspect to him that I really like. Spot says Filmation, but he has really, to me, the look of like the old 70s style of animation, especially like the mask. The mask to me screams something you would see from Scooby-Doo. In fact, really the stance. Just the overall stance of the way that the character looks, he looks like something that was pulled right out of the cartoon. And I like even small details like the tears in the side of his pants and the straw in his hair. He just overall works really, really well. The paint is also quite nice, and he's got like a lankiness to him. Like his upper torso is just really narrow. And then when you get to his lower skirt, the lower end of his whatever outfit he's wearing here, it has this nice tattered, ripped look to it. But again, it's a dense material. You can also even see like his little scrawny legs underneath his pants. But again, like all of it really comes together for a nice looking piece. He doesn't have as much wow to me that the Riddler has. But I love the Scarecrow. He just looks so interesting in figure form. His articulation, head rotates left and right, kind of really doesn't have as much because his hair kind of stops a lot of the turning in the head. Once again, the shoulders, the arms move out. Forward, back, he has a bend at the elbow, no swivel or anything like that, no rotation in the wrists. And then the legs go forward and back. Now his legs aren't going to go as forward as most figures because he stops at this piece right here. It won't go any further, but he does have a good bend in the knee and no swivel in the foot. Scarecrow I love. I think he just turned out really nice. And to have him paired up with the likes of, Lex Luthor and Sinestro, Black Manta, I mean, really all of them, there goes Batman, really all of them have such distinct characteristics to them. I can't seem to get him pegged into place here, but he can't, he definitely has very distinct characteristics with all the villains. That, as much as I really like the Super Friends, the villains of these two packs excel much better. to have him along with the other league, the Legion of Doom, really is a nice collection to have on your shelf. For that reason, Scarecrow, I'm going to give him an 8.5. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the DC Collect, the DC Direct Super Friends 2-pack, and this 2-pack featured the Caped Crusader Batman and the Scarecrow. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more spots and other videos heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.